I got here, once I visited here and knew that I wanted to become a Sister of Mercy because they were natural. They were. Then I entered down here at the center where some of the students are taking classes now. So I came to visit Sister Sienna Finley, who at that time was in charge of the novices and all. So I came and talked to her, and I thought, my goodness, they're natural. They're not put on, you know. Did we wear a habit? It was a modern habit with a veil that you could flip off whenever you wanted to take it off. But it was Sister Sienna Finley that after I visited her, I knew that I was going to come here. Well, when I first entered, I went to teach in Harrisburg at 2 different Catholic schools down there. And while I was in Harrisburg as a Sister of Mercy, I got a call one day. But she called me and she said to me, I'd like you to come up to Misericordia. And I said, me? And she said, yes, I want you to come up and I want you to work with students. And I'll talk to Sister Ann Horgan, who then was the president, or was the in charge of students here. So I came up, I talked to Anne, and I couldn't believe that Miriam, I said, I don't know how she recognized that, honestly, in me. But I thought I needed to follow it through. So I came up and talked with the sisters here and with Sister Miriam Elizabeth herself, and knew that I wanted to come here to work. And so my first position was to work with Ann Horgan as like an assistant to the Dean of Students. And that went on for a little while. Ann eventually left, and then we had a male director, and I still worked as the assistant. And eventually, they asked me to become the Dean of Students of Misericordia. I have spent about 58 years in this religious community, and I have met a lot of students whom I really, really I loved doing that. Now, they sometimes didn't like me because there were some incidences when we had to have a conversation, but that was all right. So I stayed as the director, then as the Dean of Students. When Ann Horgan left, I became the Dean of Students. And so that's when we began to do a lot of changes here. And I worked particularly closely with the athletic department and with Mike Mold. And we knew, and I was here when we dedicated the building of the Anderson Center. And it was a wonderful beginning. And Dr. Anderson was wonderful because he explained everything to me as we went along. So that most of my life here then was in student affairs. Ellie Miller was a woman who was local. And somehow I got connected with her and we began to talk about, wouldn't it be nice if we could have a home for women with children? This was in the early 2000s. So on the corner down there was Rosary Hall. We called it. It was the sisters. It was a residence. So I went to Sister Kathy McGurdy and I said, Kathy, she was our president, and I said, Kathy, I really wonder if you would consider giving us Rosary Hall for the Women with Children program. And just like that, she said yes. And the sisters gave me the money to do some renovation there. And we brought in a group of students. And then from that point on, we began to have people offer us, like there's one big home down along on the left. That was a lawyer's home. He and his wife worked with us and gave us that. I've heard of growth in certain departments. I walked through here the other day by myself, and I could hear the wonderful the faculty talking to one another in their areas and talking positively about what they were experiencing, about some students that they may have had to deal with. I would hope that it continued to grow. And we have students who have graduated from Misericordia, I believe, who do work here as well. I don't know, I just want it to be the house on the hill for a while. To me, Misericordia is home. Another big thing for me, and I brought this, is when Catherine Macaulay was the foundress of the Sisters of Mercy in Ireland. And she is a special gift to all of us, no matter what part of the world we're in. We used to say she slept in our car. The sister who brought the statue had it in a big, it wasn't a truck, it was a car. And she slept in our driveway overnight till she got posted. And there are a lot of stories with Catherine Macaulay. She was the best in Ireland, and a lot of people, some of us have been there to Dublin, where we've been in the place where she lived, where the sisters lived, etc. And that still goes on, and there are Sisters of Mercy really all over